Can you imagine being the speaker who's able to speak and inspire your audience? Well, you don't have to imagine because all of this is possible with Seven Figure Media. They have designed a very unique platform titled Public Speaking Made Simple that not only equips you with the tools to speak to inspire and empower, but in the case that you're a sales communication professional, it gives you the tools to connect with your audience and increase significantly your sales outcome. Reach out to Seven Figure Media and get to learn more about their program, Public Speaking Made Simple, that can literally transform your life. Research conducted by the University of Florida proves that between 72 and 75% of the global population struggle with public speaking anxiety. That in of itself is a personal, social, and corporate challenge. Why? Billions of dollars are lost annually due to the inability to speak clearly and communicate effectively in sales, marketing, public relation, and quality customer care. You see, many people speak and never communicate because there are major distinctions between speaking and communicating. Many persons speak, and largely because you're not aware of noise that is affecting how you're attempting to communicate. All your speech can be translated into is noise. It is important for you to ensure that you take the time to understand the speaker's gap that helps you to understand some of the noise and the communication loop where you get a deeper understanding of noise that is affecting how you're attempting to communicate. When we speak of noise, we're speaking of semantic noise, psychological noise, physical noise, physiological noise, cultural noise, organizational noise. These are all different types of noise that can really affect the message that you're trying to communicate to your listeners. And you need to be aware of this, particularly in the context of business. Public speaking made simple is designed to give you the blueprint that enables you and your team to master the art and the science of effective public speaking. The ability to speak clearly and communicate effectively is a lifestyle, but it is also art and it is also science that has many importance. Let me repeat this. It is a lifestyle, it is art, it is science that has many importance. So before I begin to examine some of the importance of mastering the ability to speak clearly and communicate effectively, let us talk about this subject in terms of lifestyle, art, and culture. The ability to master the art and science of speaking, it must become, first of all, a lifestyle. A lifestyle that says you are conscious of what you want to say, how you want to say it, and how what you're saying is likely to affect your listeners. It is now a lifestyle. You're now consciously deploying your communication skills, your speaking skills. It must be a lifestyle. Now, when this becomes a lifestyle, several things happen. The art comes in. And what is art? Art is largely your ability to leverage the tools the right way to achieve a specific end result. The art is your choice of words, how you plait words together, how you merge words together, how you bring words together to shape an understanding of the message itself. We'll get deeper to that as time progresses. The science now has everything to do with predictable outcome. Now let's take, for example, when you go to a comedy show, you are consciously and deliberately going to that comedy show because you want humor. You want to throw back, relax, and laugh a little. That is the predictable outcome that you want. But you're not the only person who is designing or anticipating predictable outcome. The presenter of that storyline or those storylines, they have to think deep in developing their content. And in thinking deep, they must be certain that the content in which they are presenting is relevant to you, the listeners. And when these things come together, it sets the stage wish to achieve the scientific outcome, speaking clearly and communicating effectively. What if this same technique can be applied in sales? It can be applied in marketing. It can be applied in public relations, and it can be applied in quality customer care. Well, those are all of the significant benefits, the important gains for anyone to learn, apply, and master when you commit the time to really learn and master the ability to speak clearly and communicate effectively. Again, these are things that we will go deeper into these concepts. So your sales and marketing, public relation, quality customer care, they will have a much better, clearer understanding of how to deploy that ability to speak clearly and communicate effectively in all of the above areas. Now, let's look at some of the benefits or some of the importance of committing your time, talent, and resources to learn the ability of speaking clearly and master the art and science of speaking, communicating effectively. First of all, it accelerates the growth of your business. For example, let us suppose that you're tasked with a responsibility to build your 6, 7, and 9-figure brand. And let us suppose that it's a competition. Your manager allocates two groups of talents to you. All right. You and another senior manager, you have to start and scale a 6, 7, and 9-figure brand. So what senior management makes available to you is top management, middle management, and junior management to help you to attain your target of reaching that 6, 7, and 9-figure brand. But think about it this way. Management give you a choice. All right. They also give your competitive partner a choice also. And the choice is you can choose to select top, middle, and junior management who are academically qualified. On the other hand, you can choose those who are academically qualified, but they're also trained to master the ability to speak clearly and the ability to communicate effectively. So they have this added competence. The big question I want you to ask yourself, which group of these teams you prefer to work with? The top, middle, and junior management who are just academically qualified, or the top, middle, and junior management who are academically qualified, but they also are masters at speaking clearly and masters at communicating effectively? Common sense will tell you which is the better choice to make. And there lies an example of the importance of really helping your entire business ecosystem to learn, apply, and adopt the principles that is being discussed here today. The importance of speaking clearly and the importance of communicating effectively. But I want to pause here for a second to say that the possibility exists that your top managements, as they speak, their speech is translating into noise. Why? Because they're not fully aware of what we call speaker's gap. They are not fully aware of communication loop. And in the absence of understanding speaker's gap and communication loop, your speech can be translated into nothing else but noise because it is not being received the way it should be received in order to get the feedback that your business deserves. Feedback loop. We will get into all of that as time progresses. Now, the ability to speak clearly and communicate effectively also enables your sales, marketing, public relation, quality customer care to stand out in the market. Now, imagine that, again, you're tasked with the responsibility of building a 6, 7, and 9-figure brand. On one instance, you have your sales, marketing, public relation, quality customer care who are academically qualified. But being academically qualified does not necessarily mean that those who are qualified are the best fit to execute on sales, to execute on marketing, to execute on public relations, to execute on quality customer care. There's a major divide between being academically qualified and being able to execute. So just like the first example, you are attempting to build your 6, 7, and 9-figure brand, and you have a team of persons, public relations, marketing, sales, quality customer care, who are academically qualified. And on the other hand, you have those that have the same qualifications, but guess what? They have the plus. And the plus is because they are able to speak clearly and they are able to communicate effectively. They understand the speaker's gap and they understand communication loop and they have invested lots of time to master this art. The big question again that I want you to ask yourself is which one of these groups would you prefer to work with to help you to attain your 6, 7, and 9-figure brand? Again, common sense will say to you, it will dictate to you the wiser steps that you should be taking, the better, smarter, wiser choice that you should make. We are looking at the importance of helping your team to become masters in speaking clearly and masters in communicating effectively. The ability to speak clearly and communicate effectively has additional importance. It enhances or enables individual to climb the corporate ladder faster. Think about this scenario. You are an employer tasked with the responsibility of finding top talents. You have been previewed to information knowing that individuals who have the ability to speak clearly and communicate effectively, they nurtures some very unique characteristics. So among looking for top talents in the context of academics, you're seeing beyond the academics because you're fully aware that those who have the ability to speak clearly and communicate effectively, they have additional unique characteristics. For example, they nurture a strong sense of self. They project that strong sense of self. Second, they project a strong sense of purpose. Last but not least, they project a strong sense of direction. Are these characteristics that you're looking for in top talents to grow and expand your corporate vision? These are additional benefits that can be derived from anyone that commits the time, the talent, and the resources to really learn, apply, and master the tools of speaking clearly, the tools of communicating effectively. They have made this a lifestyle. They have mastered the art. They have mastered the science of speaking clearly and communicating effectively. These are benefits. So you have to make a choice here. Are you going with pure academics or are you going to select academics along with the individual who have the ability to leverage effective public speaking skills as you select top talents to work in your organization? The ability to speak clearly and communicate effectively has so much of importance because what we are seeing from our analysis across the world is that you have exceptionally bright people, talented people, highly educated people, but they struggle with public speaking anxiety. And let the record reflect that the University of Florida did this research, and the research proven that between 72 and 75% of the global population struggle with public speaking anxiety. So you could have your first degree, your second degree, your master's degree, you could have a double major and still experienced anxiety when it comes to public speaking. Public speaking made simple, which is designed by 7-Figure Media. We have studied this global phenomenon and we have developed the tools. We have developed the strategy. We have developed the support systems to help rising stars in business and those who want to really learn, apply, and master these tools to position themselves as exceptional talents. The ability to speak clearly and communicate effectively enhances your leadership, your persuasive, and your negotiation skills. For an example, we can look at here is that very often you have those who are highly qualified, but being highly qualified does not translate into effective leadership style, does not translate into persuasive skills, does not translate into you being a guru at negotiation. The ability to learn, apply, and master what it takes to be a speaker that speaks clearly and a communicator that communicates effectively gives you the tools to be all of this. A great leader must know how to speak. A great leader must know how to persuade. A great leader must know how to negotiate. And all of this is encapsulated into public speaking made simple because we are fully aware in business, sales is persuasion, sales is leadership, sales is negotiation. So at the end of these programs, your team, you and your team are really equipped to take public speaking and effective communication to a whole another level. Leadership is about connecting. Another word that I might want to use for that, it is about building healthy, productive relationship with the right people. And the best tool to help you to build healthy, productive relationship with the right people is to really learn, apply, and master the art of speaking clearly, the science of communicating effectively. Persuasive skills, when used the right way, can help you to build a deeper connection with people. The ability to negotiate and negotiate well, you create a win-win situation, also gives you the tool as an effective speaker and communicator, the opportunity to transform lives. So the ability to speak clearly, the ability to communicate effectively opens up all of these possibilities to you, but you must make it a lifestyle. And once this becomes a lifestyle, then is when you begin to get a better appreciation of speaking as an art and communicating as a scientist. The ability to speak clearly and communicate effectively boosts your self-confidence, enhances your interpersonal communication skills and your people skills. Again, this is something that millions and billions of people across the world struggle with this. The data shows that between 72 and 75% of the global population struggle public speaking anxiety. Public speaking made simple, designed by Seven Figure Media, is designed to really help people to navigate this anxiety, and come to that point where they can now demonstrate mastery in their speaking skills and in their communication skills, because it is important to do this. We're seeing that billions of dollars are lost annually due to the fact that many persons who are placed in sales and marketing, public relations and communication, quality customer care, they do not have this ability to speak clearly and communicate effectively because public speaking, anxiety, and we can help you to break the back on the fear of speaking. One of the things that we always say is that your team who may be in sales, they're not really afraid of sales. Very often we hear the term, people are afraid of sales. I can assure you that people are not afraid of sales. What they are really afraid of is public speaking. And we know this because we do our own test. And what we have seen is that we took a group of, people who had a fear of selling. And when we equipped them with the knowledge of speaking clearly, the knowledge of communicating effectively, they were able to break the barriers that prevent them from being top sales personnel. And that is what public speaking made simple can do for you. The ability to speak clearly and the ability to communicate effectively is a vital part of business. It's a vital part of your personal life. It's a vital part of your social life. And this is something that you need to invest in. And in conclusion, I want to say this. I don't want you to assume that, yes, you have the ability to speak, and because you have the ability to speak, that you're speaking. Because many people speak but never communicate, because you speak in the language of noise, right? You speak in the language of noise. What do I mean by this? You are most likely speaking in the language of noise if you've never taken the time to ask yourself, who is your audience type? You're speaking in the language of noise if you never ask yourself, what is the learning style of your listeners? You're speaking in the language of noise if you never take the time to really understand what is semantic noise, what is psychological noise, what is physical noise, what is physiological noise, and how all of this affects your message in the channel of communication that is interrupting how the receiver is receiving the message, how they are decoding the message, and influencing the feedback that you want. In business, you cannot afford to allow noise. You cannot afford to allow speaker's gap and communication loop to prevent you from increasing the business potential to cash flow. Again, billions of dollars are lost annually due to the fact your sales, marketing, public relation, quality customer care, team leaders are not speaking clearly and are not communicating effectively because they are speaking in the language of noise. Be blessed. See you in the next podcast. Remember to like, subscribe, and share so you will be the first to get these content that we are bringing to you on a regular basis. The ability to speak clearly and communicate effectively has many importance. One, it enables you to climb the corporate ladder faster. Two, it enhances your personal relationship skills. Three, it advances your social interaction and communication mastery. Four, it enables you to become a highly sought after, influential public personality. Five, it enhances your leadership and persuasive skills. And most of all, effective public speaking position you to build wealth. So what are you waiting for? Reach out to Seven Figure Media and get registered for effective public speaking made simple.